get all kinds of weird looks because I'm in the parking lot of our church, which is also the day school that Avery goes to. Anyway, I figured because I'm running around like a crazy person lately that I would do my 32-week update. Oh, sorry. Do my 32-week update. Whoop. I am telling you. Anyway, I figured since I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off lately, I would do my 32-week pregnancy update while I'm like in the car. I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment right now, but I figured I would open the video up. That way when I get back in the car to come back to work, I can give you all of the info. But it was so sweet. So one of my students from last year, her mom and I became pretty close, and she was invited to my baby shower this past weekend, but 2 of her kiddos got sick. So she's like, oh, I'm so glad I caught you. And she brought me a little gift, which is so kind of her. Let's see. Oh, that's a beautiful card. She signed it from her and from my student from last year. Let's see. Oh, yes. She is the best. This is one of those nasal aspirators. Let's see. And it's one of the ones where you do not have to like suck it yourself, because I get so nervous that I about pass out. I do it wrong. Robbie has to do it, and so he's gonna be super excited because this, you do not have to do it yourself. That is so awesome. And then this is a nail trimmer. So if you are a new mama, these are great because you don't have to actually use nail clippers. It's like a nail filer with a emery board, and they have different colors. It shows you on the back the different colors for different ages, like 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6, and it can't hurt them. It's so nice. Some baby wash and baby lotion, and then some, oh yes, perfect, some muslin washcloths. But oh, I'm gonna have to write her a thank you note. That is so sweet of her. She did not have to do that with 2 sick kiddos. My goodness gracious. But okay, let's go to this doctor's appointment, and then I will fill you in on what I learned, because there's a lot that I have to talk to her about. Actually, I guess I could tell you what I'm about to talk to her about, and then we can discuss what she and I discussed when I get back in the car. So, okay, about a week ago, I was walking through HEB, and I was going as fast as I could hobble because this is a pregnancy update, so I'm just gonna be really honest. My hips and my pubic bone hurt so bad, and I remember this with Avery, but not nearly this early. And baby, the last time we went to the doctor 2 weeks ago was Breech. I have my doctor's appointment with my maternal fetal medicine doctor tomorrow, and they'll check the position again to see if the baby is still Breech. And the baby was Breech and transverse. So like, head was over one hip, butt was over another hip, feet were like in my area. So I'm hoping that baby has flipped. I definitely feel a ton more pressure down there, like more than I remember ever feeling with Avery, and I'm only 32 weeks tomorrow, so that makes me a little bit nervous. Oh, let's go this way. Anyway, so I was hobbling through HEB as fast as I could because we were having a windstorm and about to have a really nasty thunderstorm, and so I was going as fast as I could because I wanted to get home before all of it hit. And as I was walking through HEB, I had this super sharp, like searing pain up the right side of my belly. Now, this baby, from what I can feel, chills out on the left-hand side. Rarely when I'm laying down do I feel baby at all, like on my right-hand side, always on my left-hand side. So I was kind of like, well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Like, I've gotta get to where I'm going. I was not wearing a belly band, which I should have been, but I was not. Anyway, so I get in the car and I'm like, okay, let's just get home. About halfway home, I'm like 10 minutes from HEB. Halfway home, I start to get this tightening in my belly, and I've been having Braxton Hicks now for a couple weeks, and it's just tightening. It's not painful at all. It's just been the tightening. This was super duper painful, so painful, and I was like, oh my gosh, like expecting it to, you know, be like one and done. And no, it wasn't. So I drive into my driveway. I don't pull into the garage. It's already started raining, but I needed to get like in my attic, so I couldn't pull into the garage. And I'm like leaning against the steering wheel because it hurts so badly. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. Robbie helps me get inside. I sit down in our big leather chair, and for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I don't know, could have been 3 hours, I wouldn't have known, I was contracting. Like, I would say, if that was a Braxton Hicks, those were the worst Braxton Hicks I've ever had, and they were worse than some of the contractions I ever felt with Avery. And so, but I also had back labor with Avery. I didn't have any labor in the front. I had all back labor with Avery. Avery was sunny side up, and this was all in the front. So my belly was so tight. The baby was thrashing around, I guess because like my belly was constricting. I don't know. I mean, like moving like crazy, and it was so painful that after about 45 minutes, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. So I did throw up, and then I was like, okay, I just need to take a shower. Like, eventually this is gonna calm down. Robbie at this point is like, do I need to call Amber, which is my best friend, to come and sit with Avery so I can take you to labor and delivery? Like, is that, there's something that's really that wrong? And I was like, no, I just need to take a shower and everything will calm down. I take a shower, it helps a little bit. I get in the bed, I'm rolling back and forth. I can't get comfortable. I'm still having contractions. And eventually I can feel, I like lay on my back and I kind of get comfortable, which you're not really supposed to lay on your back at that point, but whatever. I get comfortable and the baby is totally on my left-hand side. There's nothing on my right-hand side. So I finally get myself like calm enough and like comfortable enough, I guess is the right word, and I get to sleep. And then about maybe 2 hours later, I wake up and it starts happening again, and I'm like, oh no. But this time I am so hungry. I was starving, and so I'm like, okay, let me get up, go to the bathroom. Like, I grabbed my belly band. I'm like, let me put my belly band on. Maybe that's what's causing this, I don't know. And I go and hang out in our guest room, like playroom area, and I eat a snack and I'm watching some YouTube, and it calms down. I chugged a bunch of water. And the first time it started happening, I was chugging a bunch of water too, to see if it would help. And eventually it did. It calmed down. I went back to bed and everything was fine. Ever since then, I've had maybe 1 to 2 contractions. It seems like a day. Crampy, like super crampy down low, but one of the ones that comes from the top happens like 1 or 2 times a day. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's normal. Never had any of that with Avery, ever. We had to force Avery out. Avery would still be in to this day if we didn't force her out. So I don't know, but there's definitely a ton more pressure down there. Like, I am going to the bathroom every 20 minutes, it seems like, which this is the beginning of that. Like, I have not had that to the point, I mean, it's been like every hour or so, but this is like every 20 minutes. So it makes me think maybe baby is turned head down, and that's why I'm having to go to the bathroom all the time. Anyway, so I'm anxious to see what she says about that, if it's normal, if she thinks that means that baby is gonna come early, which they already want to induce me early, so I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I will let you know what she says, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, not anything. Sorry, the building next to my doctor's office is having a fire drill, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so baby, from what Dr. Herman can tell, baby is full breech now instead of transverse breech. So I don't know if that's better or worse, but she said not to. I was like, should I worry? And she's like, no, don't worry about it. And I said, when do I worry? She's really cool. And she's like, in a month. If your baby's not flipped in a month, then I will spin your baby for you. Because I was telling her, you know, I really don't want to have a C-section. I really want to have a vaginal delivery. I'm so thirsty. But anyway, she said to continue to walk and like exercise, which I've been walking and bouncing on a birthing ball, and to keep my sugars under control, which I've been doing the best that I can, but we'll see. She was not super concerned about the contractions, which is good, because I was like, oh gosh, is she gonna like send me, because sometimes she's super like overcautious, and sometimes she's like meh. So this is one of those things where she was like, nope, you're gonna have contractions. If you have them again, get off your feet, chug a bunch of water, and take Tylenol. So I was like, okay, I could do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that she said, but no, she was like, yeah, you're Breech. I was like, okay, come on kiddo, flip around. Which I really thought the baby was head down because I had so much pressure, but maybe it's because the baby's full breech now and not just transverse breech that I feel all the pressure down there. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get into symptoms and cravings. First symptom, I am exhausted. That is pretty much par for the course when you're pregnant, especially in the 3rd trimester. But I am so tired, so tired. Every day when Avery goes down for a nap, I go down for a nap. And then by the time Avery goes to bed at night, I'm about ready to go to bed. I'm just tired. And that's okay. Comes with the territory. And then heartburn. I don't remember if heartburn was one of my symptoms. It was last time. So much worse. Like, it was bad last time, so much worse now. Which I'm like, you better have some hair, kid, because I had terrible heartburn with Avery to the point where I was like asking for like Pepcid or Tums or something in the hospital while I was delivering because my heartburn was so bad then. But she had a ton of hair, so we'll see if this baby will be like her. But yeah, my heartburn is insane. Insane. Last night at church I was like, oh man, we need to get home, because I did not bring any Tums with me, which is dumb. I should always have Tums with me, because if I'm gonna be having heartburn like this, sometimes Tums doesn't even knock it out. Anyway, I need to be having Tums at all times. I'm super thirsty, like cold water. I want cold water. And I've been drinking Crystal Light fruit punch. It's like 5 calories in a packet kind of thing. Well, we make it in a pitcher because I accidentally bought the pitcher instead of the actual like individual water bottle ones. But I like it better because I'll put in this little canteen thing, it's 34 ounces. I'll do like maybe a 1/3 fruit punch and then the rest water. And it's just enough sweet that it like kicks any kind of craving that I might have. And it's cold and it's so good. I want it at all times a day, like more than Diet Coke, which I also love my Diet Coke. But anyway, so that's going well. I have officially stopped wearing my ring. I could probably still wear it for a couple more weeks, but I just don't want to chance it getting stuck. That was one of the things that Dr. Herman told me 2 weeks ago. She was like, I see you're wearing a beautiful ring. You're gonna want to take that off pretty soon because you never know like when you're gonna swell up and you don't want it to get stuck. So I'm like, okay. My feet have started to swell a little bit just at nighttime, and they're not like super puffy. I can just notice because I have super skinny feet as it is, that they're a little puffy, just a little bit, not anywhere near. Oh, heartburn. Not anywhere from one bite of a cheese stick. But they're not anywhere near as puffy as they were towards the end with Avery, but I'm also not at the end yet. I'm getting nearer to the end, but I'm also a lot more cognizant of like my diet, and so I think that's helping a lot too. I've still only gained, I think I've officially hit like 21 pounds or something. I had only gained 1 pound from the last appointment, which was good. So I think that's helping a lot of things. I still fit in a lot of my like pre-pregnancy t-shirts. That's not gonna be the case for much longer, but as of right now, like this shirt still fits, but it's okay. My belly is measuring at 34 weeks instead of 32 weeks, but last time when I was 30 weeks, it was measuring at 33 weeks. So I mean, I guess it's a good thing, I don't know. So those are some of my symptoms. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, I don't sleep well. I'm getting up to go to the bathroom like 2 times a night now, 3 times a night sometimes, and it's just so painful to get out of bed. I remember this with Avery, like rolling out of bed is so painful, just like in my like pubic area and like my hips. It's just painful, but you know what, it's okay. Again, comes with the territory. Let's move on to cravings. Cravings, I really have not, besides my fruit punch water, like there's really not a ton that I crave. I still eat sausage like almost every single day for lunch, which we don't have any today, so I'm kind of sad about that. But like I'm not really craving anything. If there's anything, I like Chipotle. Like I eat Chipotle. Like that, if I'm gonna ask for like, okay, I want to eat out tonight and this is what I want Chipotle. But that's really it. I'm not craving a whole bunch of things. So I will say, and I've said this I think in the last couple videos, that gestational diabetes for me has been more of a blessing than a curse, because it's gotten me so much education on having type 2 diabetes, and also it has helped so much with like being in tune with what's going on with this pregnancy. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I was expecting it to be a super exciting after I talked to Dr. Herman, because I really figured she was going to be like, okay, do this means this means this, this means it. Labor is going to be coming sooner than later, but no, she was like super chill about it. So I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. Let this baby keep cooking for a while, because we got a lot coming up in the next couple weeks in our family, so that's good. But I guess that's the end of this pregnancy update. Until next time, I love you all and God bless you.